give you the answer, but it puts you in the right mentality. It puts your flesh in a weak state. And when your flesh is weak, your spirit is strong, right? Because in your body, you war against flesh and spirit all the time, all the time. Flesh and spirit is warring in you. So when you weaken your flesh, you're giving your body over to your spirit. Now you more spirit than flesh, right?
That's right.
So you understand. That's why when if you look at our history, when all the major prophets was going to beseech the Most High and get high level knowledge, they had to get in the spirit. What they do? They fasted. That's how they got higher in the spirit. But they still had to get the answer. The fast is not the answer. The answer comes after the fast.
After you get the Most High's attention.
Right. If you fast correctly. If you fast looking to subdue somebody or get somebody, that's almost like voodoo, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to fast on this brother right here. Right? And I'm going to go to the Most High to jack him up. You acting like the fast. I'm a fast, and then you know my husband's gonna follow my lead, right? Or I'm gonna fast, and then the brothers will see I was right all the time. That's not how you're supposed to fast.
I actually got a precept with you because what you're saying is so true because that happened in the scriptures, right? Let me read it right here real quick. I'm reading it in the NLT. That book of Acts, chapter 23, and verse 12 to 13.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read down to verse 14. Gone. The next morning, a group of Jews got together and bound themselves with an oath,
right,
not to eat or drink until they had killed Paul.
I remember this story. Yeah, cut.
There were
until what?
Until they had killed Paul.
So now listen to what they did. These brothers is wicked as hell, but Israel's still wicked like that. They literally fasted and made an oath: we not gonna eat till we kill Paul. How you fasting to kill your brother?
And it gets more because it tells you who was getting involved with all this madness. There were more than 40 of them in the conspiracy.
Oh, come on out.
They went to the leading priests and elders and told them, we have bound ourselves with an oath to eat nothing until we have killed Paul. Damn, them niggas wicked.
That is, if that ain't Israel, I mean, that's exactly what it's talking about here in Isaiah 58, what not to do.
Oh, give us 1 second.
Right?
I think we off the...
I sent up another link. We're still on.
We back on? Okay. I don't know what part the family may have missed out on, but we talking about how not to fast. And Isaiah 58 is telling us don't fast for strife, right? Or for wickedness. Don't fast to get your way.
Right.
Right? Or I'm going to fast on this so I can get my way. No. You fast to find out Yah's way. You fast to be in the spirit, to be closer to your power, right? So that he can tell you how to move. If you had an idea, right? Let's say you wanted to move, right? You know what? I'm going to move to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to fast on it. And after you fast, you're like, yeah, I'm going to move to Miami, right? Wait a minute. You had the same thought before you fasted. The fast didn't make this come about. You already had that thought to move because that's what you want to do.
Right.
When you fast, you're supposed to give an opportunity to the spirit to make a decision for you. Meaning that you can't be convicted in what you want, then fast to get what you want.
You try to act like Eureka. It hit me.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what? I fasted and I just came across this great idea, and you had that idea last week. That fast didn't bring that idea. You gotta be honest with yourself, right? When you fast, you come to allow the spirit into your vessel, so that it can tell you, and you could look at options and thoughts, and it could give you clarity, right? Then you move forward, right? If you're already convicted in your actions, what are you fasting on it for? You're going to do what you want to do anyway. You know what I mean? You're not fooling nobody. And you're definitely not fooling the Most High. Right? It's like, when the Pharisees and Sadducees saw Yahushua, his disciples, what did they? They questioned the fact that what? That they don't fast. Could you get that verse for me? He said, like disciples fast not.
Because the bridegroom is with them, right?
Right. But I want to bring out what you fasting for anyway. For those of us that's partaking in the Day of Atonement, we're learning right now here, there's a bad fast, and you don't want to waste your time doing an off fast, right? You know what I mean? If you're going to be fast in the right spirit, right? You got that? Read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 9 and verse 14.
Yeah.
Then came to him the disciples of John, saying, why do we and the Pharisees fast off?
Right. So the disciples of John, they fasted, and they said, we and what? The Sadducees, they fasted. Read on.
But thy disciples fast not.
But your disciples, Yahushua, right? He talking to the Lord, right? Yep, I don't see your disciples fasting. Them dudes be eating. Read.
And Yahushua said unto them, can the children of the bride chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them?
Go ahead.
But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then shall they fast.
Right, and that's why we fast today, because the bridegroom is not with us. We fast to get closer to Yahushua, which is, where does Yahushua sit? On the right hand of the Father, right? So if we on the right hand of the right hand, we next to the man that's next to the man, like I am right now, right?
So you going?
I'm the man next to the man, right? That's next to the man. That's how we supposed to think about fasting. Don't approach your fast to get your way. Don't approach your fast to solidify what you want, but approach your fast to get closer to Yahushua, so he can sow in you what he wants of you to do, how he wants for you to operate within your life. When you pray for the Most High to answer a question, wait for it. You will be answered. Because, if you're keeping the commandments, of course. Because you can't, if you're not keeping the commandments, you don't get a busy signal with the Most High. Because he said he heareth not sinners. Yeah, you're going to wait for an answer. You keep on waiting.
The AT&T connection.
You need that fast, with that quickening spirit, as the Bible calls it. All right? Let's read on. Let's go back to Isaiah 58. That's and get some more understanding on this fasting. All right, so I think we're up to verse 6. Isaiah 58, verse 6.
No. Verse 4. I got the rest of verse 4.
Okay, go ahead.
Isaiah 58, verse 4. Behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness.
Yep.
You shall not fast as you do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high.
Right? Don't do that kind of fast to make your voice to be heard on high. I mean, that what you got to say is so important now because you fasted. Go ahead.
It is such a fast that I have chosen.
Right. He's asking a question. Is that the fast I chose? Read.
A day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Will thou call this a fast, an acceptable day to the Lord?
Right. So what is this? What's this? It's like, this is actual, but it's also metaphorical. A day for a man to afflict his soul. It is to bow down his head like the bulrush and just set sackcloth and ashes under himself. Because some people, they fast, they gotta be like, they go down like, what's going on with you? I'm so tired. And they bow their head down like they can't stand up straight. What's going on? So people can say, you okay? What's going on? Yeah, I've been fasting.
You get sympathy.
That's another wicked fast. You fasted so people could have sympathy and empathy on you and talk about how holy you are. That's also a wrong fast. So the Father is laying out how not to fast, but he's about to give us the blueprint on how to fast right here. Let's read. So, family, don't be walking around acting like you sick. Don't be acting like you pitied. When you fasting, supposed to shine your face, stand up tall, like if you just had a gourmet meal, right? Not to be sackclothed and like you going through so much drama because you fasting. Go ahead.
Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Will thou call this a fast, an acceptable day to Yahweh? Is it not this the fast that I have chosen?
Now check this out. Now he's going to tell us how we're supposed to fast and what we're supposed to fast for. Go ahead.
To loose the bands of wickedness.
To loose the bands of wickedness. What's a band? A band is something that you use to hold something onto you, right? Somebody, it's like something that attaches things to you. So you want to get things off of you. So you fast, maybe you're having a hard time getting over a bad behavior or a bad habit, or something you shouldn't be doing. You fast to get that off you. I remember when I was a young man in this word, and I mean I'm not that old, but when I was I want to say, yeah, I don't know what year that is, but I'll probably say in the late 90s. Me and another brother, Brother Lapalau, Bishop Lapalau today, right? I was young Lap back in those days, right? We fasted for 3 days. And I used to struggle. So, some of you are going to laugh at this, but I could not memorize the Mashiach Palau. And it used to drive me crazy. Right? I would mess up on it. I try all my study time. The most I just put a spirit on that Mashiach Palau. And we fasted 3 days in the wilderness. Right? When I came out that fast, I had the Mashiach Palau, the 10 Commandments, and the Psalms 121. Smooth. And we went in the mountains and fasted. No food, no water, no house, no electricity, no nothing. Right? And I'm bringing that up to say that's like my own personal experience that proved to me the power of fasting. That's something that I was struggling with. The Lord just gave it to me while I was out there. I didn't even say, I wasn't even studying that hard. I just started facing these and saying it. And it was just flowing.
It just clicked to the spirit.
It just clicked, right? And I'm like, dang, right? And so I bring that up to say, that there is power in fasting. Don't underestimate the power, but understand what type of power it is. So when you do receive it, you recognize it. And that's to loose the bands of wickedness. That's for you to get over a hump, get over something in your life that you're trying to be better at or be stronger at. That fast helps with that type of that type of mission, right? Read.
And just to add on to there,
yeah, sure.
Even Yahweh Shah later on in the gospel, he tells us that there's certain spirits you can't get rid of without fasting and prayer.
That's right.
Because when you fast too, it also helps. It grabs the Most High's attention even more. You have the Most High more attentive to your prayer and what you're asking of him. Right? Just like if a child is not eating, the parent gonna say, "What's wrong? Why are you not eating?"
Yeah.
It's likewise with the Most High. He's going to see what's going on. What do you need? You know what I mean?
Yep. God, that's a good analogy, right? Because a parent is going to make sure you see your child afflicted, you're going to ask, "What's going on? How can I help?" You know what I mean? And that's a way of getting the Most High's attention. So, come another one. All right, let's read on.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, and verse 6. Is not this the fast that I have chosen?
Right.
To loose the bands of wickedness,
Go ahead.
To undo the heavy burdens,
Come on,
and to let the oppressed go free.
Go ahead.
And that ye break every yoke.
And break every yoke, whatever's holding you down, whatever's stopping you, whatever's an obstacle or a stumbling block in your way. That's why you fast. You asking the Most High to help you remove this thing from my life, right? Remove this hard, difficult thing from my life. And that's what fasting does. I mean, even biologically, let's talk about it for a minute. Because what happens in the spirit actually happens in the body too. Biologically, maybe the cap
Mhm.
extraordinaire could pull something up of the power of over in the body of fasting. It doesn't just clean your spirit, your mind, it also cleans your body. Fasting is the best cleanse you could take. Like some people take like colon cleansers and you know golden seal root, talking about they cleaning their blood. The best cleanse for your body is fasting. When you stop putting things in your body, you force your body to what? Into something called um what's the word of it? Atrophy?
Uh,
I'm hoping I'm saying the word correctly. Is it atrophy?
Ketosis.
It is ketosis is a factor, but before you get to ketosis, at, autotrophy, I think it's called. You can look that up for me. You force your body into starting to what? Eat itself. Now, your body's not stupid. It ain't gonna eat the good stuff first. It's gonna eat the bad stuff. It's gonna start to break down the cells in your body that are bad. What's the word?
Autophagy.
Autophagy. I knew it was something like that. Your body goes into autophagy, breaking down the bad cells first, getting rid of the problem areas first because it needs energy. So your body starts to break down itself. People say, "Well, you breaking down yourself." No, your body's not stupid. If you had to burn wood for heat, right? And you had some broken up furniture and you had your nice good furniture, which one you gonna burn?
Broken out one.
Your body is not stupid. Your body's gonna get rid of the things that it needs to get rid of first. So fasting is not just spiritually cleansing, but it's or mental cleansing, but it's also physically cleansing, right? And after you're clean, you might feel weak, but after you go through a good cleansing, how do you feel after? Your strength is like 10 times because then your body goes into what is called a flight or fight mode, right? Meaning that you start to burn energy. And now you're talking about when you're talking about ketosis.
Mhm.
That ketosis that your body starts burning the fat inside itself for energy. And that's a clean, quick energy. That's a strong energy when the body gets to that point. Why am I bringing this all up? Because as we coming back to the Most High and coming back to who we are as a people, we have to look at the Bible holistically. It's not a book of religion and um, things in heaven. It's a book of things on earth. It's a book of life. And those of us that's alive, this is your book on life. So fasting is pushed in throughout all the scriptures. All the great men fasted in scripture. So if you're a great man or you seek to be a great woman in the Most High, you got to step up your fast game in your life, right? You will be the beneficiary of it, right? So, you got any facts on fasting?
Done. So this is a whole list from Healthline. This is fasting backed by science, all the health benefits. And the first,
You should put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
is not up.
No, no.
Oh, it's a lot. There we go. So one of the first benefits, it promotes blood sugar control by reducing insulin resistance. So this is great for, I know a lot of us, we suffer from diabetes, whether it's type 2, type 3. This definitely will help. So promoting blood sugar control by reducing insulin resistance. And that can take away a lot of the need for medicine, the need for going to the doctor. And in fact, there's, different diets that you can take after fasting. You can cleanse and everything to reverse these effects of diabetes. Because this also helps us when it comes to our immune system. So the next one, it goes into the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
promotes better health by fighting inflammation. And this definitely, I'm sure y'all can speak to this when it comes to going to the gym, working out. A lot of times we have inflammation that happens when we break down our muscle, we try to build it back up. So when it comes to autophagy and working out fasted, we have actually a lot more of an increase when it comes to working out fasted.
Mm-hmm.
So the body recovers quicker.
Heal faster. Yeah.
Yes. So that I know a lot of times when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, we think about those superpowers. Oh, if I could heal myself, that would be great. Well, we do have that ability. We can unlock it just by going into a fast. So the third point, it may enhance heart health by improving blood pressure, triglycerides, and cholesterol levels. So heart health, that's an important one. I know we're number one in heart disease, so we can, instead of taking and relying on the doctor again, taking those. Oh yeah, let me put this. By the
Blood
way.
pressure pills and all that madness, all that pharmaceuticals, right? Because I don't know if everybody understands that word pharmaceutical comes from witchcraft. Well, we're gonna bring that out in a minute because we got to stay away from pharmaceuticals, man. Pharmaceuticals are potions, man. Right? That your doctor, your the hospitals, they give us these potions, trying to mask the problem, but they don't fix anything. Right? The etymology of the word pharmacy or pharmacy. Could you look that up too? Um, or maybe I could look it up on my tablet while we're talking here.
Comes from the Greek word
Mm-hmm.
pharmakein,
Pharmakein, right? And what does that word mean?
which means to administer drugs. And that's an interesting one because like we don't even think about taking like poison. We can look at poison as a drug or vice versa. But we never would even think about, okay, I'll take a little bit of poison. We don't want any aspects of the poison. But when it comes to the pharmaceuticals, it's like, okay, well, I'll take a little bit of poison. Maybe it'll help me. So that's an interesting one.
Yeah, that definition right there, they doctored that one. Because if you really look into that word pharmacy, it has another meaning. It comes from like the potions that they mix as in witchcraft, right? Well, they probably trying to hide that history up online, but that's the root of the word.
Oh, kind. Here we go.
Did you find it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a much better one. So the word pharmaceutical comes from the Latin word pharmaceuticus, and in English element, the earliest known use of the word pharmaceutical was in 16. I'll skip down. So the word potion comes from
Right.
the Latin word potus, which is the past participle of poter, meaning to drink. This may not be okay. Here we go. In ancient Greek, the word for both drugs and potions was pharmakeia or pharmakon. In the 12th century, the French had the word potion, meaning potion, drought, or medicine by the. Okay, this may not be.
Right. So, just to understand, it's rooted in potions. And we all know that it's against the law to deal with witchcraft, right? A lot of that stuff is witchcraft. The way to heal yourself is by various fasts. When you when we talk about various fasts, whether it be full fast, we call it full fast. Like for the Day of Atonement, you're doing a full fast. We call it a spirit fast. The only thing you're going to be taking in to your body is spirit. But there's other fasts. There's a water fast. That means the only thing you take in your body is water. There's a fruit fast. That means the only thing you take in your body is fruit, right? You could when you fast, there's different ways to fast, right? I believe in the time of Daniel, right?
Daniel fasted.
He fasted from all meats, right? And he would not eat the king's meat, for a time. And he ended up being stronger after the fast, right? To show you. So anytime you refrain yourself from a certain type of food for a long period of time, you're fasting from that, or you limit what you ingest, right? Whether it be just water or just depending what your goals are.
I just wanted to add on to this.
Yeah.
When you're doing like a biblical fast according to the scriptures,
Hmm.
when you're just locked into the word of the Most High,
Yeah.
it's like me personally. It's like you have like a heightened level of focus
That's right.
with, excuse me, when you're going into the word of the Most High. It's like you're retaining more, and it's like nothing's distracting. It's like tunnel vision into the word, right? And also, when you look at the Most High, a lot of times the Most High don't tell us in detail why He's telling us to do what He's telling us to do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, of course, the Most High is the creator of all things. He created our vessels. He laid down the blueprint of how our cells is going to operate and work. So he knows why He's telling us what He's telling us. And we could see later on, thousands of years later, all of these great benefits that comes from fasting, whether it's physical or spiritual.
Mhm.
Likewise, when scientists are now seeing when you eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, how these
Yeah.
things quickly break down your body
Yeah.
when
At
you're eating them.
At least parasites in your body.
Right.
And parasites is something that lives in you, but it's not part of you. So literally, a lot of these foods put parasites in you. You got living organisms that's not part of you living in you and serve you no purpose, but they're using you for their purpose, right? And they're destroying you from the inside. So we have to be mindful that fasting is not just spiritual, it's physical, it's everything, it's life, right? And when it comes to your health, I'm going to read something. This is Sirach 30 and 13, or 30 and 14. Sirach 30 and 14 reads, it says, better is the poor being sound and strong in constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. So we go hard to make that dollar. We grind to get that money, right? That time when you see a brother miss, you ask, where you been, man? I'm trying to get my money up, But the Bible says that your health trumps that, right? Verse 15, it says, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. A lot of people say, well, brothers be in the gym too much. They say, well, body exercise profiteth little. They want to run to that scripture.
But it'll definitely make you whoop a heathen ass if you try, you know.
You know what I'm saying?
It'll definitely help you.
And verse 17, it says, death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. The Bible said death is better than that. Right? Think about that now. Nobody's running out to die, but we do things that we know will make us sick, right? Somebody, may have a problem with smoking or something like that. Sometimes brothers and sisters come in this truth and they got these strongholds or these bands of wickedness that they have a hard time breaking it. Another word of saying band of wickedness is called an addiction. Right? That's a band of wickedness. You're addicted to something.
That's a
Something
breakdown right
keeps
there.
calling
I've
you.
never heard nobody say that before.
Yeah, that's another word for it. It's the same thing. You trying to stop doing something, but you can't stop doing it because in your body it become metaphysical, meaning that it's not just mental, but your body starts to crave it too. Right? When you have these yokes on you, fasting could break all those things quickly, quicker than you could believe. Right? They want to give you Nicorette, like some people smoke. They want to give you the Nicorette patch and the Nicorette gum, right? Before you know it, you're gonna have the patch on, chewing the gum, smoking a cigarette, because you're going deeper into the potion than ridding yourself of it completely. That goes with everything that we're supposed to stop doing, man. Brothers have addiction with women. Some women got addiction with men, right? Lust.
You just gotta try them all.
Yeah. So they say, oh, so I don't want to. I'm gonna stop being so getting with all these women. I'm gonna watch porn and stay home by myself, right? No, you still have addiction, a sex addiction or some sort of fornication addiction that you have to break, right? You abstaining will be the best thing to get you out of that spirit, along with fasting and prayer, of course. Right. So what we're talking about is the power of fasting. Physical, mental, spiritual, metaphysical, powerful fasting. It's so powerful that the Most High say, you know what, I'm gonna make a high holy day that's just based on you fasting.
Right.
Just so you understand also that a fast has to at least be a day, a 24-hour period, a sundown to sundown. Now, I know they have this thing called intermediate fasting, right? But if something is intermediate, it means that you're not quite fasting, right? That's what the word intermediate means. You're almost doing it, right? You're almost fasting. You're intermediate fasting. Intermediate fasting, although it's healthier than no fast at all, it's not as healthy as a fast. And a fast has to have a full day, a full 24 hours, a sundown to sundown, or however you want to structure it, at least one full day. At best, at least 2-3 days if you really want to get down and get cleansed, right? In a fast, right? Any more information you got on fasting over there, engineer?
We got some good stuff.
Okay.
Sharing now. There we go. So this one kind of goes to the points that we had earlier. There's one aspect of it prevents neurodegenerative diseases or disorders. So Alzheimer's, for example, memory loss. These are things that are reversed by just fasting. So, there's always a recommendation that's given: continue to learn, continue to educate, but also add on to that in order to, if there's an aspect of it's passed on throughout generation to generation, add in fasting, add in reading, writing, things that you're using to continuously influence your mind. And yeah. But more to that, I believe, is point number 7.
Right.
Kind of goes to with smoking, cold turkey.
Yeah.
Going to when you you stop is going to add the longevity to your life. There's actually a study that I believe this 40-year-old man, he said he felt better at the age of 40 years old as he started to fast every other week than he did when he was 18 years old. So it could reverse your aging process as well.
This is real. I think, family, that we ain't blowing smoke, man. This is real. Literally, right? This is what the Father has put before us within His Word. And His ways are above our ways. And His thoughts are above our thoughts.
And that's why we got to start leaning more on the Most High.
Yeah.
All these things we get from listening to Him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That shows you how much faith we got to start having on His Word.
Mm-hmm.
That when He tells us something, we got to trust it's for our benefit.
That's it. Don't try to recreate what He's saying. You know what I mean? Just go with what the Father said. Go with what the Scriptures say. Don't try to keep adding and taking. That's why He told us this: if you go add or take away from my word, right, I'm gonna take you out of the book of life because my word is complete.
Right. And going to that Day of Atonement, you know what I mean? I think it's definitely, it will be great if we talk about us moving into that next stage of Israel, that has a nationwide. I see brothers are saying, like, cut the camp beef.
Yeah.
And stop with the bickering. We see that World War III is about to break out any moment. Like, you've been hearing us say this for like what? I've been in the truth for 9 years. Officially in August, 9 years now. And I heard it like over 100 times, brothers saying World War III, World War III, World War III. Now we're literally about to see it break off. We're literally about to see it happen, and we're really about to get delivered soon, right? After Day of Atonement, we're in that season. We got to move on to the point where we're not fighting each other over stupid stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Things that you don't have to do a breakdown video about. You don't have to make speculations about. Just call the person. Like, let's move into that point where we start moving like a nation. Because I heard something so profound a couple weeks ago on when I was going up to West Palm Beach with Captain Ahud, where a brother said the Most High is not gonna judge us off of who got the sharpest breakdown.
No,
he's gonna judge us on how we loved each other while we're in this captivity.
Yep.
Because if he's gonna judge us on our breakdowns, why the hell are we gonna go to the wilderness just to learn the breakdowns all over again and get it right? So after Day of Atonement, we need to start moving that spirit where we enhance brotherhood and sisterhood in the nation of Israel. We really got to start moving on that.
Real talk, family. That's why I said when Yahweh Shai was here, the main thing he was focusing on is how we dealing with each other.
Right? He was cutting people. Don't get me wrong. He was cutting the madness.
Yeah.
But he was, like you said, he was stressing on us loving one another.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know the Most High going to set everything straight. If he says the new moon is the green polka dot moon, there's nobody that make it to the wilderness at that point that's going to say, no, it's the crescent moon.
Right.
You're going to be on the rocks.
Yeah.
We know that's what's going to happen. So we got to build that love for one another.
Absolutely, family. You know what I mean? So this is coming out. We was touching on, you said we want to touch and go on some of these topics, but man, the Most High just making it all come to the, but you know what? And I think, Cap, when you brought up going to somebody and, you know, not making movies or making videos about the brother and talking about the person behind their back, you know, that whole whispering spirit or backbiting spirit, or, you know, honestly, anything that's really spiritual is hard to do. There's a level of difficulty. It's easy to be fleshly.
Right.
Fleshly come easy. You can slip up and be fleshly. You ain't gonna slip up and be spiritual. Spiritual, when you move it in the laws and the spirit of the Most High, that's something you're gonna do very intentionally. Right? That means you can pay close attention to your intention when you're moving as in the spirit of the Most High. But fleshly, you can accidentally be fleshly.
Right.
Right? That's how easy it is to be fleshly. And what we're talking about is actually a spiritual action. Just as hard as it is to go through a few days without eating, because that hunger pain start hitting you, you get weak, you get, you know, your mind start tripping. At first, the first 2 days is the roughest. After that is easy street, right? But the first 2 days, you're gonna be feeling, you know, like you about to die. Like Esau said, you know, feed me with that red pottage. Behold, I'm about to die, right? But after that second day, it becomes easy. It's the same thing with spiritual actions. The first couple of times you push yourself and say, you know what? I'm not going to talk about that sister. I'm going to talk to that sister. I'm not going to talk about that brother. I'm going to talk to that brother. The first couple of times, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be awkward. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to make up every excuse in the book. Well, I ain't got to speak to them. You know what I mean? You're going to say, well, that's not my business. But then you're talking a business, right? The first couple of times it's going to be difficult, but once you get settled in a certain behavior, a spiritual behavior, it becomes so much easier. It gets so easy that you can't see yourself doing it any other way. A lot of us, when we first come in this truth, to Shabbat day is difficult, right? To be there every Sabbath day. Then you can't imagine yourself being anywhere else on the Sabbath day. It went from difficulty to life, you know, a part of your life. So once you put these things in play, prepare yourself in the beginning that it's going to be difficult. And when it's difficult, remember that you was told it will be difficult. But then if you stay consistent, it will become so easy, it'll become second nature. Let's go back to Isaiah 58. I want to finish these 2 verses and then we're going to move on.
Verse 6, is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke.
Come on.
Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry?
Right.
and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house. When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh.
So that this verse 7, what is this talking about? Is it saying that while you fasting, you should be going feeding people? Is that what it's saying? It's a Day of Atonement. Right. Nobody's supposed to be eating. So it can't be saying that. So what is it saying? What it's saying is, what is on your mind? What do you desire? If your mind is right, you'll be planning on giving to the hungry. You're literally, a lot of people plan on their own life. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get a house, I'm gonna get a car, I'm gonna get a wife, a couple of wives, a couple of children. I'm gonna get. But when you're in the spirit of the Most High, you're thinking, I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give. If anybody can understand, I'm gonna help others with what issue they have. That's where your mind is when your mind is spiritual. If we aspire to be rich, I hope you aspire to be rich to then be rich in good works. Not aspire to be rich just to have. Just so your day goes better or your life goes smooth. When we desire to have monetary wealth, we should simultaneously desire to have much people or much brethren or sisterin to be able to help them out. Does that make sense? That you're not keeping things vanity, you're heaping things to distribute. You're heaping things to make a difference. You're working towards making a difference in the lives of others. That's what this verse 7 is talking about, right? That you fast to deal thy bread, your bread, right, to the hungry, to those who need it. That you fasting so that you say, Most High, use me to help those that are in need. That's basically what you're saying. And that thou bring the poor, right, that are cast out into thy house. Use me, Yahweh, to put a roof over my brothers and sisters' heads. Use me to cover and cure the issues and problems of the brothers and sisters that serve thee, Yahweh. I want to help Israel, right? That is the mentality of a true fast of the Most High. Remember, what is that? In I think it's in John. Lovest thou me?
Yes, it's John 21, yes.
Yeah. Let's get John 21, because John 21 is expanded thought that's coming out of this very same verse in Isaiah 58 and 7. Read that.
The book of John, chapter 21, verse 15. So when they had dined, Yahushua saith to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, Yea, Adawan, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my lambs.
Right. So he said, lovest thou me more than these? What's the these? The things that they had, right? He said, you love me more than these things that we have here? He said, of course I love you more. He said, if you love him, he said, go take care of the nation of Israel. Feed my what?
Feed my lambs.
So now what does that mean, feed my lambs? Give me Jeremiah. You know what I want? 3 and 15, I believe it is. Jeremiah 3:15. I ain't pulled that scripture in a minute.
What? Me too.
That thing came out the archives. That came out of the lower
Septuagint.
The lower part of my back of my brain. I had a hard time pulling that to the front. Read that scripture.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 15.
Go ahead.
And I will give you pastors according to my heart,
Right.
which shall feed you with knowledge and
Which shall do
understanding.
what?
Which will feed you with knowledge and understanding.
If you got a spirit in you to feed others, whether it be food, knowledge, or understanding, you are, right, a pastor of the Most High God. If you want to give others just commandments or give others what is needed, you're moving in the spirit of a follower of the Most High Yah. If you all about yourself and what you can gain and what you want and what's been taken from you and what you should have, you're not thinking spiritually. You're thinking carnally. Remember, the carnal mind heaps to itself. The spiritual mind heaps to distribute, right? He brings in to give away. He gives in to not just give away, but to settle the needs of many, right? So when it said feed is not food. Feed is whatever the people need. You feed the need. If the need is food, then it's food. But if the need is guidance, then it's guidance. If the need is love, then it's love. If the need is hugs, it's hugs. If the need is spiritual awakeness, then that's what it is.
Right.
Not the wants, but the needs. Right? Because you can make a lot of money feeding people's wants. That's how drug dealers make money. That's how strippers make money. Right? They give the people what they want. Get them what they want. Right? That's how a lot of entertainers make money. They say, get them what they want. But who's going to give them what they need? Right? You got to be spiritual to know what they need. Right? So let's go back to feed my flock. Let's go back to that. I just had to pull that Jeremiah out. Just came back to my mind.
The book of John, chapter 21, verse 16.
Go ahead.
He said to him again, the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He saith unto him, yea, I the one. Thou knowest that I love thee.
Right.
He saith unto him, feed my sheep. He saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, I the one, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee.
Right.
Yahweh saith unto him, feed my sheep. Verily, verily, I say unto thee, when thou wast young, thou girdest thyself, and walkest whither thou wouldest.
Come on.
But when thou shalt be old, thou shalt stretch forth thy hands, and another shall guide thee.
Right.
Another shall gird thee, and carry thee whither thou wouldest not.
Come on.
This spake he, signifying by what death he should glorify God.
Right.
And when he had spoken this, he saith unto him, follow me.
Right. Follow me. Mean like be like me. Right. So he said, when you young, you taking care of yourself. That's how children are. Children, when you raising children, you try to teach them to care about others. You never got to teach them to care about themselves.
Right.
You would never have to teach a child to want stuff for themselves. But you always got to teach them to think about others and to consider other people. They consider, you got to train them to do that. So in this word, remember, we come in this word, we come in like babes. When we first come in the word, we want the breakdowns, we want the understanding, we want the knowledge, we want the rank, we want, right? We want to see, we want the big school, we want the big this, we want this. But then when we become aged in this word, all we want to do is give. We want to help. You know what I mean? We want to distribute all that we've received. Right? So this is just talking about the maturity of the command of the Most High. So in your fast, pray that the Most High give you enough that you can what? Be a benefit to others. That he can use you to bless others. This is a very important part of your prayer during your fast. I think there's one more verse on the fast in Isaiah 58.
The book of Isaiah chapter 58, in verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
So like in verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not?
No, it's verse 8, but you can
So-
read
so-
7.
It's gone. Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house? When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh? Then shall thy light break forth as the morning,
Right?
and thine health shall spring forth speedily.
Like we were talking about, your health will spring forth speedily once you follow the right way of fasting. He said you're going to break forth like the morning, meaning that what? You're going to rise, right? Isn't that how the morning break forth? When the sun does what? When it rises. So you're going to rise. You're going to be elevated. You're going to break forth like the morning. Go ahead.
And thy righteousness shall go before thee.
Mm-hmm. People are going to know you for your righteousness. I mean, what goes before you is your reputation. That's what it's talking about, your name. So your righteousness is going to be before you. Before you even get there, they're gonna say what? The great one is coming here, right? Let us prepare this banquet, right? Your name is going to go before you. So when you get there, the banquet already going to be prepared. Read on.
And thy righteousness shall go before thee.
Mm-hmm.
The glory of Yahweh shall be thy reward.
Right, the glory of Yahweh. Remember our root scripture here at the Light of Zion. Our root scripture is Matthew 5:16, right? That our works bring glory to the Most High, right? The man will glorify our works in the Most High. So this is what the plan is. The plan is what we do gives glory to the Most High, not to ourselves. We want the Most High to give us more, and for us to do more, so we could give Him more glory. Read.
That was it of that verse.
No, there's one more verse.
Then shalt thou call, and Yahweh shall answer. Thou shalt cry, and he shall say, Here I am.
What?
He shall say, Here I am.
Dang. If we do this, if we get this right, we call on the Most High, we cry out to His name. Oh, Yahweh, help me, please. And He gonna say, Khan, what you need. I think that day you just fall out your own spirit out. You fall out your own flesh. Your spirit just leave your body. Like what? You calling the Most High, He answer. Of course, you know that spiritual is in a spiritual sense. There's many times that we can probably all attest that we called to the Most High and then we saw the fruit of our call. We saw the answer to the question we had, or we received the thing that we beseech the Most High about, right? So that's Him answering. That's Him hearing your cry. Read.
If thou take away from the midst of thee the yoke,
Mm-hmm.
the putting forth of the finger, and speaking vanity.
Right. So you need to take away the yoke, the hard thing that you had a hard time breaking out, the putting forth of the finger, blaming other people, right? And speaking vanity, being arrogant, right? Talking things that don't make no sense, talking things that's not according to the Most High. If we take these things away, one more verse.
In the midst of thee the yoke, and putting forth of the finger, and speaking vanity.
Right.
And if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry,
Right.
and satisfy the afflicted soul,
Come on.
then shall thy light rise in obscurity,
Mm-hmm.
and thy darkness be as the noonday.
I mean, your worst time, you still gonna be full of light. You won't have nothing called a bad day. Right? That'll be something in your past. He said your darkness is gonna be like the noonday. Right? That's like your worst meal will be a gourmet meal. You know what I mean? Sometimes we be trying to figure out how we gonna make it through the week with your finances and things of that sort. Your worst is what we gonna eat. That's your hardest decision, right? That's a whole nother lifestyle.
Okay.
To have that in righteousness, come on, man. It's possible with the Father. He said, man,
Right.
just get my fasting right. Get your spirit right with me. And I'm going to show you what I could do for you. And you ain't doing it for you Because when I do it for you, you're going to take that and do it for others. The distribution of blessings will come through you, right? We said the ox. He said, "Don't muzzle the ox that treadeth the corn." Right? The workman is worthy of his hire. If you're blessing and helping many, why wouldn't you be blessed and helped? Right? I'm saying you go to get a trainer to train you on something. You would hope that they know what they're training you how to do, that they do it themselves, right? But they also are strong in whatever they're teaching you. So this is very important understanding when it comes to the word of the Most High, how to move forward and how to build within the spirit of the Most High. So I hope everyone has a wonderful fast this year, Day of Atonement. Remember, it's Thursday at even to Friday at even. And you remember these verses and these scriptures that we went over tonight. What else we got on the chopping block?
Cotton. So we have Iran and let me pull up those.
Pull it up.
Iran.
They're putting the hooks in the jaws.
50 missiles.
So prophecies are coming forth.
We about to get the hell out of here. And you know, it
So
shows how when the scripture say they seen stars falling, those look just like stars falling from the sky for real.
That's real talk. That could be the metaphorically how they was explaining how them damn bombs look when they coming down from the sky, like stars falling, like fire, like flames falling from the sky. You know, that's how those missiles be.
Wow. It says at least 180 ballistic missiles.
Okay, let's bring it out.
Oh, is there more to this? Okay, here we go. That's in foreign account. Slovakia.
Oh, you logged out. Let's get that scripture while you're pulling that up. They put hooks in their jaws in there.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with a shield and helmet. I can say something right quick.
Yeah,
So when you look at in verse 5 in Ezekiel chapter 38, this whole chapter is dealing with prophecy. The reason why we're going to it, and you see what's going on with Iran, is because Iran is being spoken about in this verse, in verse 5. Because when you look prior, I believe prior of 1935 or 32, Iran's name was Persia, and then it was changed to Iran. So when it's talking about Persia in verse 5, it's actually talking about Iran in the latter times, showing you that Iran is gonna be here. It's not gonna be destroyed by Israel. It's gonna be here in those latter times. All right. Let me just finish reading that. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all of his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
So we see that there's a biblical prophecy, of the East being at war and them coming up against one another, and that's what we see happening right now. Like like we were bringing out earlier, we were always spoke about Third World War. But now, family, it has begun. Right? It started out with Ukraine and Russia. Right? If you go down more in that, the next verse, it talks about Gomor and all those other. You talk about Ukraine, Russia, all those areas. Everybody's going to be at war, at battle, at fight, and we have many wars going on. There's some wars going on in Africa too. I noticed it mentioned Ethiopia. I'm not sure if that's the people or the place, because sometimes the Most High will use Ethiopia, but he ain't talking about the place. He's talking about the people that were in that land that may have migrated, because there's a lot of wars going on in Africa too, right? So the world is fighting in the East right now, and the East is where, that's Mesopotamia, man. That's the cradle, the Fertile Crescent. You know what I mean? Of where we all come from, and if the whole East is at conflict, that's showing you that it's getting prepared for what? For the new world order per se, right? For the new structure on Earth. All right. What else you got?
And not only that,
did you ever get that article up? You got an article?
Come before you press play, Cap. Like when you look at the earlier in the verses, it's talking about Russia and how Russia is going to be a guard onto these nations.
Yeah.
When you look at Ethiopia, Libya, that South of Africa region, that they're gonna come in a system, and that's what America is preventing from happening with this whole Iran striking Israel. Who's Israel's biggest supporter? America. Who's Iran's biggest supporter? Russia. It's like two little brothers are fighting, and the big brothers are waiting for one of the big brothers to make a move. Because if one of them jump in, World War III gonna strike.
That's it.
Why won't America help Ukraine? They don't want World War III to pop off, but the Most High is gonna force it to happen.
Force the hand, man. He said he musters the host of the battle, right? The Lord musters the host of the battle. What's that one? The Most High, he's orchestrating this whole situation here, right? That's Isaiah 13:4. Isaiah 13:4. 1 second. Everybody know what a muster is. Muster, like you ever been on a cruise, they say go to your muster station. That's a gathering place, right? That's a place where everyone gathers. So when it says the Most High musters the host of the battle, mean that he brings the everybody together to fight. He's doing it. The Most High is doing it. Why are they fighting? The Most High wants them to fight. Why they at war? Because the Most High wants them to be at war. Because our God is a man of war. All right? Let's read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
Right. He brought them together. He's making them fight. So we don't have to question or wonder why we got wars happening. The answer is God wants wars to happen. I know that sounds kind of, a Christian might want to slap me in my face, right? Not my Jesus. Yeah, your Jesus, right? Because he said he's coming to make war, right? Tell us that. What is that? Revelations 19:11. He's coming to make war. He ain't playing. We got to be up on our P's and Q's. Know that the Christ that you was taught in church, that meek and mild, right? That ain't the Christ that's coming for his people. Christ is vexed with the condition of his people, and he's going to settle it. He's coming here to settle it, or as they say, straighten it, right? What you got, Cap?
Done. I got. So Iran launched the largest amount of missiles that they've ever launched to Israel.
Began just after 7.
Oh, it's not it.
You're trying to hide the scrolls and the records.
We need to have the receipts, man.
That's true.
30 local time. 7. It began just after 7:30 local time.
I can tell you at this moment, the skies above us are lighting up.
Stacks to be out there.
Encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
What looked to us from the grounds like deadly shooting stars, Iranian ballistic missiles slamming down one after another near an Israeli airbase. Also seen over Jerusalem.
This
World War III, family. Go ahead.
This is something that we normally read in the history books, World War I, World War II. And, now it's here. We never, at least myself, at a point in time, I never thought about, okay, World War III, I'm going to be living through and going through the process.
Right.
But now we're here.
Man.
Western Wall.
We watch it on TV. Only with our eyes have we beholded the carnage and the destruction of these people, man. Remember, these are lives being lost. When these bombs fall, they're not just blowing up buildings. People are in these buildings, man. The casualties are probably innumerable. Families being ripped apart, and fathers and mothers. We can't become dehumanized to what we see is happening out there. I mean, listen, Russia and Ukraine been killing each other for years now.
Right. It's so bad. Ukraine, they have no men. They're sending special needs out there, man, to go out there and go fight.
And it's not just soldiers getting killed. Hope nobody think that, okay, you don't got a uniform on, I'm not going to kill you. Civilians getting killed, grandma, papa, right? You on that wrong. When a missiles fall, they don't just fall on barracks,
right?
Military bases. They're blowing up cities, schools, churches, mosques,
don't have a
temples. The people that don't have no weapons in their hand are getting blown to smithereens. So we need to understand what's happening in the earth right now in this reality. Right. At the same time, the Most High got Hurricane Milton coming to take some lives right outside the door, right, in North Florida. So the Father is doing his work. We got to do ours, man. We got to do ours, man. So what else we got extraordinaire?
A little bit more on that.
Fallen across the country. Israel says its air defenses taking out most of the incoming missiles.
We are seeing some of these missiles, they are either falling apart, a sign that they have been intercepted, or they are making their way down towards the ground here in northern Israel.
The IDF says around 180 Iranian missiles fired in total in 2 waves, minutes apart.
We are once again...
In 2 days.
Right.
Over 180 missiles in 2 days. How many people?
It's been a week
since dead?
Since it's about to be a week soon, right?
This is what I'm.
It was on Monday, October 1st. Yeah, 1 week.
This
so they said 1,200 missiles over there.
1,200, about 1,200 missiles so far.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, let's not. How could I say, put our face in the sand, put our head in the sand, and act like these things aren't happening. They're happening in the earth. This is real. This is not for TV or for entertainment purposes. This is for education, but for information purposes. So to encourage you to get back and get right with your God. Don't let a grudge hold you back, right? And get you in the line sight of a missile. You know what I mean? Make sure you covering yourself with the protection of the Most High through your righteousness and your willingness to do things Yah's way. Anything else we got?
That's pretty much the gist of the video. It's about a minute of going through that. Biden has some input. And then the last thing, the election.
Okay. Now, what's going on with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump?
So when you look at the election, our people got to be prepared to understand that it's not going to change anything, right? And when you look at the election, it seems like the people is favoring Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
That she is looking more realistic, according to various sources, that she may be the first female president.
Female. What was that movie called? The Woman King.
She might be the first woman king. Maybe that's why that movie came out.
That's why that movie came out, boy. She's set up to be the first woman king in
Lagatha.
Babylon.
Where's Lagatha?
The Lagatha of Babylon, right?
Right.
She came to rule.
And our people got to be prepared because that's
Yeah.
going to be the first time in history since this wicked demonic country
Yep.
has ever had a woman king. And that should show us that this might be it.
This door is closing.
This
Praise
might be it.
Yah. Hopefully she's the last empress or female emperor, right? Woman emperor, right? Of this wicked kingdom, right?
This could be the last 4 or 8 years of this captain.
Let's-
Speculating. I'm not prophesizing.
Let's go. Of course, we speak as men, not as angels, as on high. We speak as men, but we do, and we let our petition known to our God, by Hashem and Mashiach Yahushua, that we ready to let's go. Set it off. I see y'all in the wilderness. Right? All praises to Yahweh.
And if it is, we gotta prepare ourselves. We gotta prepare our mind, body, and spirit, because election is gonna be less than 5 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Right. The Most High gave us a day of atonement for a clean slate. Let's keep that slate clean.
Let's keep the slate clean, family.
Let's keep it clean.
Let's get right, get cleaned up, so we could be presented in the white robes with palms in our hand. All praises to Yahweh. All right. So that being said, family, we did have a late start, but it's about that time. I gotta bring my DJ. I gotta give my DJ some spins. Best DJ in Jerusalem, DJ Baruch. Failed to mention him earlier, but he always putting on the hits. I understand he got some mixes. Look out, or DJ Baruch 4-in-1 on your YouTube dial. He has his own mix station. So get that Hebrew music. You can't lose with it. Keeps your mind right, your spirit right all day, all night. If you up, better you be up, right? And upright at the same time, right? Don't be up and be wicked, right? So be up and upright with that DJ Baruch mix. I'm Minister Sharma. That's the Shada. Captain Amon and Lawyer Bonya Sharala, the best engineer in the stratosphere. He's over there, right? Captain Nicole. Until we meet again, right? I'm going to say shalom to the family and check out my DJ.
We don't believe Jews are the ones going to the promised land. We don't think Jews are the part of God. No, Jews are nothing but another part of that same race of devils that come out of Europe. Black people are standing up. Black people are rising up. And they're starting to fight.
We were slaves to Egypt. We belong to the Father, ain't no pledge of allegiance. Both to celebrate that killing that he didn't need to. Both to keep the holy days, don't be like the heathen. He said that for a reason. We in Babylon, coming back without a word like an avalanche. Think you gon' keep hurting people, he ain't having all. All praise to y'all, you amazing y'all. That's why I'm thanking y'all. Don't die by y'all. I got this fire in my bones like Jeremiah, y'all. Once I keep waking up your people, you the light, we keep the laws and the commandments, you provide, then we gon' rise, Keep precursors on the people, we ain't know. Deuteronomy 28 and 54. Can't forget your brother, you gon' let it blow. They don't wanna raise a child, you better roll. Why you think you in them trench? Why you think you in them buildings? Why you think you seen them dealers? Why you think you seen them careless? Why you trying to stay alive? Why you keep that on the side? Why you think they about to ride? Why you think you about to die? Why nobody asks why? We too busy looking fast. Turn that television. Energy, why you giving up that bad energy? Killing up my vibes with your chemistry. Yeah, I really know that you ain't feeling me. Hey, look at me, no, I'm not your enemy. Why you giving up that bad energy? Killing up my vibes with your chemistry. Yeah, I really know that you ain't feeling me. Hey, look at me, no, I'm not your enemy. You ain't feeling Ooh, I gave you my heart and you be no business. First was always your place and you was the winner. Now you have about the race and now you're unfinished. I ain't felt this way in a minute. I ain't saying you right or you wrong. Baby, I hate this negative tension. You pack up my bags and I am gone. You hate when I hang around these women, but what I'ma do when I'm alone? All I ask is for your forgiveness. Man, I hate this negative energy. And it's killing me. You don't want my love, don't dig my frequency. I thought our love was deep like we made me see. We wasn't meant to be. Energy. See, I think we got one. Energy. On that ground, chemistry. Yeah, I really know that you ain't feeling me. Lace up steel tone. Why you give it up that energy? Killing dirty gloves with your chemistry. Yeah, I really know that you ain't feeling me. I got a job. How can you play me? Still I'm in place on the side. Think bigger than the job. How can you play me? Still I'm in place on the side. I get off, then I turn up. Off, then I turn up. I get off, then I turn up. Off, then I turn up. I get off, then I turn up. Off, then I turn up. Still I'm in place on the side. I get dirty, but I still get to a check. I'm on my job, but that copper on my neck. That pretty soon, different drip all on my neck. I worry still, put some muscles on my neck. I whip the forklift, I just was a bitch. Screw, gotta make a check. After my job might be on a movie set. I'm in my work clothes, cooling on the set. When the camera on, I take over the set. Yeah, I'll rip my armor in the flesh. Some people say I've been the best. My job money, I am blessed. Better way. It's gotta be a better way today. I've been doing it all the wrong way. Hey, all the wrong way. Born into this world, I came from sinful flesh. My mind was a sinful mess. My heart was so distressed. But wisdom, she nurtured me from the time of my father's death. She consecrated my soul and led my every step. I had hope, but I thought life was a joke. I kept playing with fire till I became like that cold. Now I'm engaged in that flame, feel like the end of the road. Feel like the whole world behind me, I ain't got no place to go. So I kept running in that drug and thorn, cause I thought I was having fun. On the inside I'm old, trying to suppress the anger I had trapped in my bones. Thoughts of my grandfather wearing that trench coat in the summertime. It was hot as Tabasco, but he was cold as the snow. He was darker than me, he looked like his face was froze. I'm only 11 years old, I don't know where he was on. Like the sinners in the scripture, yeah, my grandpa was stoned. They left an image in my head of my great-grandfather when he was dead. Jermaine was a soldier, he fought to his last breath. That led me to look at life and the legacy I'ma live. The people I leave behind, how are they gonna feel? A better way. It's I've been doing it all the wrong way. They know when we pulling the scriptures on. We got the prescription they need. Get that boy still here. What we doing? They think we talking, we ain't playing with. We really lock up the city. We willing to die for them. Think I ride for these. We know how the enemy do it. They plot and twist. Post up in your neighborhood with Glocks and sticks. Any funny move trying to lock the clear, but they can't do it. Ain't no stopping this. It was said that we real. It is done deal. Done flipped it out, hit it with ice and towel. Testimony, I ain't hyping y'all. Relate. If you ain't live that life at all, say still advice at all. Getting in fights at all. Couldn't come around our way that night at all. It was innocent, so they popped it all. Shots go off. It's hard to stop this shit with bodies fall. Everyone lost. They want to be in the position of that Christ and God. When the ice is tall, your valley is no falling all.
I've been having fear by the Most High Himself, descendants of the covenant. In our blood there is wealth. The wicked think they cold, but my words make them melt. Demons getting sliced in half, got a sword on my belt. Like utilities, I won't make this energy. I'm in authority, ain't no streets in me, so I enter facilities. I'm war with no mask, I'm aiming at demons. demons, they will remember me. My blade be so fast, they struggle to see it. I'm killing my enemies. I'm not talking humans, but these dark, wicked, spiritual entities. Yeah, since the beginning, y'all been offending me. We chill for centuries. Devour the wicked, I gotta do it, see that I permitted me. So praise to the Most High for infinity, cause that's who invented me. I slice to him one time. With my boots need more time so I can shoot as chariots. Not a koopy carrier, all in cahoots anointed. They cannot touch us pointless. So now we rushing on choices. The most high he gave us his voices, so why we use it righteous? He gave me this drive like license. I'm killing my spiritual vices. We Israelites, not Vikings. We hunting the demons like bisons. I aim at a demon with lightning. Like Street Fighter, I'm fighting. The most high the boss and bison. We come where he can't fight this. See breath in the frost, I like it. I'm made for the war, I'm fighting. Like me, I yell no Tyson. We aiming, I saw that psychic. And warlocks, I slice them. They corpse drop, no fighting. Got more spots to fight in. I'm throwing rocks and titan. Like shortstop, I'm striking. My spiritual war is fighting. I am rubbing like this. I'm aiming to stop my life. If you place of the most high, you can't offend me. Hamashiach, built many mansions. That's where my rent be. Father, help me overcome. People who I used to look up to, they turning foes for none. Father, you my strength and you my courage. I feel both for some. I wanna feel your spirit on my body like it's clothes or something. Put my vision in your one direction like it's frozen some. I can feel the hatred in their heart is like a arm song. Yeah, they full of nerves like my hands on my toes or something. No nervous system, but you know I feel it like I'm holding some. Stay in my lane. Anyway, I spin it like I bowl or some. As if I need them for my elevation, like they rope or something. Anyways, I'm too high up your spirit like I'm rolling some. Son of the most, I pay my dues forever. Oh, you won. Yeah. If it wasn't for your presence, I would have no peace, believe it. See, the Bible is my weapon, I don't have no beef, I'm vegan. Yeah, your highness, you a blessing, you a masterpiece, I mean it. And I'm fighting for your presence, full of passion, cause I need it. Father, will we make it in? Once we face the end, I'll be looking for your grace within. I've been studying through Corinthians and Galatians. I done found the faith within. The end is so close, you can physically see it. How real is this worm if you can spiritually leave it? America,
fighting for my life. I can never sell my soul because I gave it all to Christ. Christ saw the light, and it was all no sight. Hit the heathen with the rocket, cause the heathen couldn't fight. Cut his head off, and then he put it on the spike. My Hebrew Israelites, we about to ride tonight. My kumbaya send you to the afterlife. But you gotta walk by faith because you cannot walk by sight. I can turn water into wine. My foot like another drop of swine. My body is a temple, got it looking like a shrine. You can shrine a couple dollars, but you running out of time. Solomon, Valentine, Kobe, God bring banging on Esau. This revenge of the twin. Y'all should run up, we ain't kin, we ain't friends, we ain't friends. I have breath, person, how an amen. Amen.
Rockin' the smelling it. What is you telling me? We are the gods. Y'all others irrelevant. Kings of the earth. We had since birth. Y'all took it away. Isaiah said y'all would pay. I'm struggling, hustling. Money wasn't doubling. Mama working, daddy going. Time now I know what's going on in my life. When I was 10, I was off my life. No son, your purpose isn't finished. So I kept on pushing and I kept on searching. Found the true God. I know I was hurting. And demons kept lurking, but I kept on working. Now I know for certain who's the true God. John 5:39 search the scripture. In Isaiah 45 it paints the perfect picture. Come out of all my people, Jacob from the world. You the kings and the gods of the earth. Nothing. You heathens burn. Tables turn. See the kings on the block. Oh, you see the kings on the block. Bringing out the word in every spot. Bringing out the word in every spot. Yeah.
You see them kings on the block now, bringing out the word in every spot now, 1611 is our Glock now, all around the world got it locked down, You see them kings on the block now, bringing out the word in every spot now, 1611 is our Glock now, all around the world got it locked down, You see them prophets on them corners, 1611 got them on us, spreading out this word like Corona. Waking up our people out of comas. Yeah, this truth, they can't stop now. No matter what they do, we bring it out now. You come against the Lord, you be confounded. With that two-edged sword, you get chopped down. Hey, see them kings on the block now, bringing out the word in every spot now, 1611 is our Glock now, all around the world got it locked down, You see them kings on the block now, bringing out the word in every spot now, 1611 is our Glock now, all around the world got it locked down,
Nigga thinking it's a drive-by. 40 soldiers creeping like a thief in the nighttime. Never leave my brother if we rollin', we gon' all ride it. Ain't no greater love for my brother, my life up on the line. Get this wisdom if we don't go out and teach. Y'all should roll the prince of power, you heathens is just a remake. Right down and kiss the ring, I'm picking slaves out for the kingdom. I never know he be reaching. We be in these trenches teaching outside with the blicks.
Hey, see them kings on the block now, bringing out the word in every spot now, 1611 is our Glock now, all around the world got it.
No, we can't play both sides. Keep it real and give praise to the Most High. Spread my holy wings out and we gon' fly. Gotta keep the law, make sure I don't die. That's all I need. Understand we can play both sides. Keep it real and give praise to the Most High. Spread my holy wings out and we gon' fly. Gotta keep the law, make sure I